All right, I want to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekach, Wadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, this lesson is going to be a part two to the previous lesson that I did entitled Thou Shalt Not Commit Adultery. So this is going to be a part two. And I want to continue from the 21 mark, somewhere within the 21 mark. Let's see. We're somewhere within the 21 or 22 mark. Going into, he's going to continue. He's going to tell a story. T-Pain is going to tell a story how he, was with somebody's wife and how the supposed boyfriend or husband or whatever came and, tried to get into it with him. But I'll let the video play and I'll get some scriptures. All right. So let's let the video play to get some context.
Story how you were in London. Check out. Terms and conditions apply. Well, tell the story how you were in London and you tried to take somebody's girl.
Well, here's the thing. When I was in London, I didn't try to take somebody's girl. But this is another case of yo chose me. Now, I was in London, and we were just balling out as much as possible. Obviously, we're going to ball. We're going to ball. This is my first time seeing a Magnum Grey Goose bottle. You did that, but it's
bigger than that.
It's the size of one of these motherfuckers. It's like
yeah,
it's this. But it's that. What you did is that to the floor though.
Damn!
It take two people to pour them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we did that, and then obviously if you get one of those, the people around you know what that.
They know you do something.
They know what that costs.
Yeah.
They know what that costs. So yeah. So chick came over and she was showing interest. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm also married at this point, so I'm just like, hey.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him? Let's go back. Did you hear him? Let's go back.
I'm also married at this point.
He said he's also married at this point, so he's still an adulterer even after he's married. So like I stated in the previous lesson, it wouldn't surprise me if he was still committing adultery even though he's married. All right, let's continue the video.
So I'm just like, hey, come have a drink. It's going to take 6 to get you a drink, but please come have a drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she came and got a drink. Somebody outside of that section was not happy that she wanted a drink. And he came over and he did one of your classic moves. He said, I said, hey, man. What do you want? Like, we ain't did nothing to you, nigga.
All right, let's pause the video right there. Let's get some scriptures. Let's start in the book of, let's see. This is the book of, I think it's in Proverbs. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So, like, bear with me, guys. So, like, bear with me. Let's see. Okay, that's another one. This is the book of. Okay, I'm gonna type it in. Adultery. I know it's in the book of Proverbs. All right, this is Proverbs. The book of Proverbs 6. Okay, Proverbs 6 and 32. It says, but whosoever committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyed his own soul. And that's what T-Pain did. He destroyed his own soul. Let's read it in the NLT. It says, but the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroyed himself, you see? And that's what T-Pain did. He destroyed himself by committing adultery, you see? All right, let's verse 33, it says, a wound and dishonor shall he get. Yeah, because he destroyed himself. A wound and dishonor shall he get. That's why that man who he stated that came up to him and his the woman he was supposedly, dealing with, well, not supposedly dealing with, but the woman he was dealing with. That's why that man came up there ready to fight. You see? He said, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. You see? Verse 34. Verse 34, it says, for jealousy is the rage of a man. You see? That guy that came up to T-Pain and that woman that he was talking to, that was the so-called boyfriend or the husband. It says jealousy is the rage of a man. He was obviously jealous that his girlfriend or wife was talking to T-Pain. It says, therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. You see? So let's continue to hear what happened.
He didn't like.
Let's go back.
And he came over, and he did one of your classic moves. He said, I said, hey, man. What you want? Like, we ain't did nothing to you, nigga. He didn't like that she was there. She didn't like that he was there. They got, well, apparently, I guess we got into like from what I gathered in the moment,
Okay.
we got into a quarrel to where she wasn't with him anymore.
He was with her. She wasn't with him, but he was with her.
He was with her. He was definitely with her. And the worst thing that she could have done as a girl from the UK was been with from the US.
American boy.
Yeah. You don't do that.
Mm-mm.
You don't do that. You know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like that. So, I offered her a drink. So the worst thing that she can do was get her drink poured by all these American boys.
Yeah.
Now I got the neck of the bottle. I got two of my homeboys on the back. We pouring her a drink. Boom, she having a good time. She driving the boat. Now, the UK boys is like, nah, we don't want to do that. And man, it transpired from that. Dude came up. He not to size you down, but he's like three of you.
Damn.
Yo, this nigga was big.
You should have said, well, excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave.
No, this nigga was big. I mean, but he was that big, but they called him tiny. I found out, it's like, when somebody is big enough to be called tiny, you don't fuck with them people. But, in my mind, I'm drunk enough to be like, we should fuck with these people. So, he come over, and he says, yo, what's going on? And I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, war. And I said, brr. So, he didn't like that apparently, but.
You threw money in the man's face.
This was after he said, yo, you messing with my girl? And I'm like, your girl messing with me? Yo, she don't want to be with you. I said, you sure? Bah! Threw money right in the big stupid ass roll of money. Bah! Oh, it was so well managed that it was a roll. It was like a sausage roll at first, but when it hit him in his face, it exploded everywhere.
All right, let's read it again. Let's go back to Proverbs. It says, whosoever committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, and he that doeth it destroy his own soul. Verse 33, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. 34, for jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. You see? Verse 35, he will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. And like T-Pain said, he threw money in his face. So the boyfriend was obviously, or the husband or whoever he was, the boyfriend. I'm guessing he was the boyfriend. He was obviously jealous, and he was looking to do T-Pain some harm, which that was just that wound and dishonor that T-Pain was going to get by committing adultery. All right, let's play a little bit more of the video, then I'll end the lesson.
Oh my God, it was so great. And then in that explosion of money, I didn't see he had a glass in his hand. And then he came right across my homeboy's face with the glass. Bow! Oh God, it was blood, spit, guts, and ass all over the place. I didn't know. Damn. Yeah, I ran.
Hold up, you started this and you dipped?
I got the hell on, man. You ain't supposed to stay around for the what the hell? Stay around for the action. You get the on. So yeah, I didn't know what was going on, so I got the hell out of there. I wanted to like back up and like assess the situation, bro. Do you know what it's like to have like 60 of like the size of you coming out of a club and just like pushing each other? But it's like, y'all remember that scene in the Matrix where like all the agents was coming out?
Yeah, they keep coming.
This match was that, but the size of you, and they was pushing each other around. They're just like, get me out this motherfucker. And it's just like, nah, I'm either gonna die right here or I got to just start punching in the air. I just started punching in the air. I hit like two. We got our asses beat that night. But let me tell you something. We put up a great fight. And
it wasn't enough of y'all though.
No, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 5 with us. Oh, yeah. And it was us against all everybody that was in that club.
Because everybody else was from.
Correct. They're all from UK. So, but they were all giant. I think it had to be like a bodybuilding night or something like it. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that there wasn't like a bodybuilding night. So I don't know what the fuck was going on in that bitch, but we lost. We lost the fight. Young Jock was there.
Yeah.
Young Jock was there.
He helped.
I don't know. I was off on the side, and I hit 2, and I was like, I think we won. That's it. We won. And then I saw Young Jock's security just, you know what? Because I was fighting. I think I was fighting the good fight. And then I saw Young Jock security punch somebody. That person fell down on a car, just like they had their back down, like their ass was on the ground, and they fell back on a car. And then Young Jock security, his name is Neil, by the way. Neil, I'm calling you out right now.
Damn, you driving
this nigga? No, this in the face. He held onto the top of the car and just and just like kneed his face. And the back of his head went into the car, and I was like, okay, we gotta stop. Yeah. I think that's it, bro. Yes. I think that's it. We did all the stuff we can do, I think. We can't keep going. There's no way that anybody has any fight left in them. And Neil was just like, who else? I'm like, Neil, stop. You did. I think we won.
We good.
I think you won. I didn't win. I hit 2. 1, 2 went into my goddamn my knuckle, and I was like, this shit hurt. I don't feel like doing that. So I'm good. I don't want to do any of this shit you doing anymore. We good, bro. Let it go. Neil's like, nah, this shit. I'm gonna beat all these ass. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be on the other streets, I think.
Yeah.
And
let me know how that work out for you.
Yeah, Neil. I think this was part of Neil's like just regular workout regimen. It wasn't like a.
All right, I'm going to end the lesson here. All right. As you can see, whosoever committed adultery lacketh understanding, and a wound and dishonor shall he get. All right. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. And if you want to watch the whole video, just go to Club Shay Shay. This is one of the latest videos he posted with T-Pain. All right. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. Shalom.